Hello everyone and welcome back to more Cinderella Phenomenon. We are back for more Rumpel route. Yes, we have started on Rumpel's route in the last episode. We did chapters 3 and 4. We're currently in chapter 5 right now. Beginnings of chapter 5. So yeah, what happened last episode, basically we got into his route. We asked for his help. He was being super and flamboyant and eccentric about it all, and we were just questioning why we decided to partner up with him. But he's trying his best. He's trying his best, and he's shown like he's trying to give us advice like, oh, you should compliment people, and we're like, what's the point of complimenting someone if it's just some like shallow kind of like thing that you don't gain anything by. So he's just trying to make us understand that people like compliments, likes to be showered by kindness and such, and that's like a form of kindness. That's to him. And we still don't really understand it, but either way, regardless, we're kind of like, following him on a day-to-day basis at the marchand. There was this one time where, we tagged along to help Anise with some with buying some herbal medicines for parfait, except in that moment, we found that Rumpel remembered some things and he added to the list, and he was just like, oh, I just kind of sort of remembered some things and I just added to the list because I saw, the whole list of herbs. So I went to go shop, and while Anise is getting the stuff, this little boy comes up to us and was like, oh, Rumpel, I'm so, he like recognized Rumpel, and he was like, oh, I'm so, happy to see you, and like you saved me kind of thing, and I used to always visit your clinic. And we're just like, what? And of course Rumpel's confused as well, and then he's, the boy has his little journal with him, and he was just saying how like, I'm going to grow up and be like you, Rumpel. And it's like, what's he talking about? And we basically worked out the fact that after reading the little boy's journal was that Rumpel is a doctor, and then Rumpel had a little bit of a mini memory flashback, sort of, that didn't really make sense. But anyways, regardless, he apparently helped the boy from an illness, and it's been kind of like theorized that the little boy had an incurable illness, like a terminal illness that Rumpel couldn't figure out how to cure, and then he met somebody, or her, that helped him cure the little boy in a form of a deal or something like that. Yeah, so he made a deal with this lady that he met on that night when the boy was dying to be able to help him, kind of thing. And because he read a little bit of more of read someone else's journal with his memories, with sort of pieces of his memories in it, he in turn had a page of his own journal kind of appear with his own memories, except still his name is blanked out, obviously. So that's how he was able to remember meeting this lady who helped him with curing this little boy. And we all think that that's where the basis of where the curse kind of started, where his curse kind of started. So there's that. And then of course Rumpel sort of like was trying to teach us his way of showing kindness by teaching us how to flirt. That didn't go well. I didn't like that. I don't know. I didn't like how it kind of was set up in that sort of sense, because I don't know, it's just, why would I want to lead somebody on, kind of thing. So anyways, we didn't take up his advice on it. We got a little bit embarrassed and upset by it. But then Rumpel apologized to us by giving us this little gift, like this little chocolate lily, and we're like, oh, he's like saying how you should, let people spoil you and blah 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 kind of thing. And not much really happened between like Rumpel's and our relationship development, other than we see little snippets of him kind of being like more chill and more like toned down from his really flamboyant, eccentric self. Like he, in the center of it all, he means well, but he just comes off as being a little too extra sometimes. It's what we kind of got off on that. And of course, I sort of had a 2 for 2 in terms of getting the right answers and the wrong answers. I got 2 wrong and 2 right in the whole thing, and it's just like, yeah. So, and also we had a talk with Anise. Anise was telling us one night when we were just kind of cleaning up the tavern, the marchand, that she doesn't remember us specifically in her previous job at the palace, like her as a maid, but she did say how I was like, oh yes, I remember. She kind of twisted that memory into like, oh yes, I was helping, or I worked for a really rich family, and I got fired because the mistress of that like household fired me because I wasn't able to save her doll, because her doll got attacked by a crow. A crow flew in through the open window and was attacking the doll, but she couldn't get it away in time, before it ripped the dress, and that was Dolores' dress, and that was, how we as Hana came in and saw that the dress was ripped, and we thought it was her doing, but no, it was the crow. And we're like, oh, whoa, that's, it wasn't her fault that she ripped the dress, it was the bird. And so we're like, oh, damn, but in spite of that, we apologize to her, even though she doesn't know exactly why we're apologizing. But anyways, whatever, regardless, that's sort of like our step, our another step to us being, being more kind and listening to other people and sort of like broadening our perspective. But anyways, yes, let's continue on. Anyways, that's what essentially sort of happened, just little knickknacks and shit. So like I'll fill you guys in the more we get into this chapter, and chapter 6 as well. So let's get started. Let's get right into it. So what a brilliant day! The sun is shining, the town is full of laughter, and I have my sweet princess here to accompany me. Thank you. Nice of you to think of me that way. And we kept turning down his advances really coldly, but he's like, wow, that makes my heart like, go doki doki. So like, what's it called? Masochist of him. I cannot help but groan at Rumpel's optimism. Because we were both sent out to run errands. Because everyone thinks we make a wonderful couple. Oh my gosh. Yes, he did mention how, like, the little boy, when the boy was like, oh, I haven't seen her before, is she your wife? And he was like, yes. And we were like, what? No, because we're partners. Partners, a couple, it may as well be the same thing. Oh, shut up. No. Half the time Rumpel says some deep things, but then he says things like that. It is like he has two personalities. Maybe he might as well have, No, it is not the same thing at all. I take out the list and scour it for the things we need to buy. More than half of it is already crossed out. I glanced at the bags Rumpel was carrying. He refuses to let me carry any of them, insisting that it would be impolite to force the load on me. Karma didn't think so. That leaves me with list duty. This is a lot more laid back than what I have to do at the march-in. Okay, now we have the general medicine restocked for our niece. Yes, my area of expertise. Never fear, my sweet princess. I will find everything we need. Okay, that's our last bit. We already have a list. But Rumpel just hums enthusiastically as we continue on our way, and I am not entirely sure if he heard me or not. I arrive at the little medicine shop in the central plaza. Oh, a man exits through the front door, coughing so loudly people turn their head to stare at him. Are you okay? Do you need water? I wait for the man to pass so that I can open the door to the store, but then I notice that Rumpel hasn't budged beside me at all. His eyes do a quick scan of the man before he slowly begins to walk toward him. What? Sir, you are sick? Yes. Sir, you are sick. Yes. That much is obvious. What's it to you? Even if I was sick, lad, there's nothing I can do if I don't have any money. Besides, it's not like this will kill me. It's just a cough. Oh, how long have you had your cough, sir? It seems like such a minor thing, but Rumpel suddenly looks so serious about it. He looks at the man with his eyes slightly narrowed, as if trying to see past him. It's been with me for more than 3 days. Ooh. Coughs are pesky things, aren't they? They're usually the last thing to go, but at least they're not deadly most of the time. Even if you can't buy the medicine, sir, there are other at-home remedies that might help with your cough. Yes, I agree. Boy, I've already tried warm tea. My wife's given me enough of that. Water is good for your throat too, sir. Any kind of steam works too. If the cough is riddled with mucus, it'd be easier to expel with steam. Ooh. When you can't afford the medicine, sometimes the simple things will help, and coughs stay for a while, so don't fret if you can't get rid of yours immediately. Well, I appreciate the advice. Not exactly what a doctor would tell me, but it'll have to do. But I am a doctor, sir. The man thanks Rumpel before walking off. I notice Rumpel looking down at the ground, a rather forlorn expression on his face. Is what he said true? About what, princess? About doctors not giving advice about at-home remedies. Oh, shady doctors! Oh no. Most of the doctors don't believe in such things. They always think that medicines work best than at home or herbal remedies. The medicines do help, but sometimes they aren't necessary. Right. Yet you just gave him advice. Not everyone can afford medicine. Being a doctor means helping people, not taking advantage of their sickness to steal their money. Yeah, money was never a problem at the palace. Whenever I was sick, the palace staff made sure I had the best and most effective medicines. Of course. Do you remember what you were like as a doctor? A very helpful one, I hope. I wanted to help everyone that showed up at my doorstep. Sometimes I couldn't, and it frustrated me. I prescribed medicines when necessary, gave advice other times, and when things were dire, I performed small operations. Wow, he does seem a lot more serious when he's talking about health. Rumpel was silent for a few moments before his eyes light up once again. Anyway, shall we go stock up on our medicine? Yeah, wow. I thought you said medicine wasn't always helpful? Well, it doesn't hurt to have some laying around, you know? Because it's not, but I also know that our niece uses mostly herbs, and that she tries to handle things without too much medication. She's quite capable. Okay. Ooh, fancy. We enter the shop, and in no time at all, Rumpel sports the item on our list. Okay, spots the item on our list. Sports the item, spots the item. We use up the rest of our money to buy the medicines and remedies that we need, and then we begin to head back to the tavern. Alright, on the way there, Rumpel strikes up a conversation again. So, Princess, have you given any thought to what I said before? Or about what? You've already forgotten? About making people happy. Oh, what? You know, you can make me happy right here and now by giving me a kiss on the cheek. Can you not? Come on, don't do this. I stare blankly at him before walking away. No thank you. And alas, my hopes are dashed again. One day, soon, not now. Soon, don't worry. Wait till like around maybe chapter 10. Then we'll see. Then we are at the outskirts of town. When we are at the outskirts of town, I pause and turn around. It is as if we're Why? I was doing so well. Okay. When we are at the outskirts of town, I pause and turn around. It is as if oh my god, I can feel eyes on my back, but I do not see anyone openly staring at me. Is someone watching me? Who is it? Suddenly, I feel warmth in my hand, then fingers interlace through mine. Rumpel pulls me a little closer, his expression oddly gentle. What's going on? Don't worry, my sweet princess, you're safe with me. What? Ha! Suddenly, his face is a lot closer to mine, and I can see his features more closely. It is like the night in the forest, except his face is not marred by the same shadows. There is caution in his eyes, but it is not directed at me. Did you see someone following you? I felt someone following me. No, I just thought I felt someone looking at me. Better to stay together then. Okay. We begin walking again. The two of us begin to head back to the march-in. Rumpel has all the bags in one hand now. He hums a little bit as we walk. It is remarkably peaceful, so much so that I do not even mind him holding my hand. Aw. It suddenly feels a lot safer. I am so lost in reverie that I do not even notice when we turn and go in the opposite direction. Where are we going? What? This is not the way back to the march-in. On the contrary, it's just a more scenic path. Don't you like the forest, princess? I guess. The shafts of light coming in through the canopies, the soft blades of grass that tickles your ankles. It is such a romantic place. No matter what he says, this does not lead back to the march-in. It is not a scenic path or a path at all. Stop walking, keep walking. We should stop walking? I don't know. I did say in the last episode before ending it off, I was saying how like it seems that the choices so far that I'm making is like I should be nice to other people when I get the chance, but when it comes to Rumpel, I should be more hard to get because it seems that it's whenever I do try to go along with him, it's just I don't end up getting a point with him for some reason. So I'm just like, maybe I gotta switch my game up. I don't even know. Okay, let's just try my theory out. I'm well on my way to getting a bad ending with him anyways. That's a given. I think I've secured that, and there's no helping it now. So might as well just do a little bit of experimenting around here. Stop walking. I instantly root myself in place, and even though Rumpel is far taller than me and far stronger, he stops after noticing that I am no longer walking. Oh, princess, did you want to stop and admire the scenery? But this is not a path. Why are you taking me through here? Yeah. I do not care about scenery, and I do not care about walking anywhere with you. Wow, that's very... Princess, your honesty really is a treasure. One day I will make it so you enjoy going places with me, not just holding my hand. Hey. Hey. I quickly slide my hand out of his, my face feeling somewhat hot. There's the sweet rosiness to your cheeks. You never answered my question. It's a detour. We were only going to be in here for a few moments. Okay. If you thought you saw someone's eyes on you, it's better to divert their attention away from the march-in. Okay. And before you say it's dangerous, yes, it is, but but we're still not far enough away from town to worry about safety. Okay. Aha, siento! Hey! Hey! And I believe I can protect you. Oh, well, so far, my theories, my hypothesis is working out fine. Okay, we'll continue on then. Won't you compliment my cleverness, sweet princess? No. He takes a step forward, bridging the short distance between us, and then suddenly his fingers are around my wrist again. But he does not lace his fingers through mine. Instead, he takes my hand in his and then pulls it up to his face. Before I realize it, my hand is on his cheek, his hand cupping my own. Wow, we're getting a lot of, like, CG cutscenes with him right now. Like, we've had it so, like, what's it called? Close together instead of, like, far in between each other? Wow. Princess, you can trust me, always, I mean. I can sense that sometimes you trust me, sometimes you don't. Yes. I mean, like this, he's rather attractive, right? I'll admit to that. But you don't need to be so cautious around me. I shower you with compliments because I believe you deserve them. I tell you that I enjoy being around you because I do. I should be focusing on his words, but all I can look at are his eyes. I know, yes? I'll admit that much, okay? You have very beautiful eyes. Very beautiful eyes. What do I need to do for you to fully trust me? I don't know. Mother told me that people lie, so how can I trust that everything he says is the truth? Perhaps if I stopped throwing compliments at you, you would not be you without all of the compliments. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. What am I saying? I always complain about his compliments, but the thought of a Rumpel without compliments is strange. Strange! Yay! I got it. So you do enjoy my compliments, sweet princess. Ugh. No, What? Words have deserted you. I understand. Being so close to me would have that effect on any woman. Oh, stop it. Something bright and angry flares up inside me, something that I don't understand. I pull my hand away from him, a scowl on my face. You make the Cinderella in me jump out. Was it my big mouth again, princess? Hey, come on, let's go back to the margin. I start walking ahead and Rumpel rushes to catch up with me. I clench my fingers and let out a silent sigh. Rumpel was being nice to me again, but I always reject his kindness, because it cannot be real. Well, you just had to give it time. Come on. Intermission. Okay. Time skip. Days go by. I consider Rumpel's advice, but I refuse to flirt with anyone again. But I have no idea how to make anyone happy. Rumpel told me that I cannot make anyone happy without knowing anything about them and listening to them like I did with a niece, but what reasons do I have to listen to people? This is so frustrating. Days later, Rumpel and I sit at a table waiting for our work orders. Rumpel is on the verge of conversation when we suddenly hear Parfait speaking in the doorway. Rumpel picks up on the words before I do and rushes over to the front door. He looked almost nervous. Who is at the front door? I excuse myself briefly, telling a niece that I will be back. I make my way over to the front door, and there I see 3 people in conversation. Okay, there is Rumpel and Parfait and a very pale male. The pale man makes life the pale man looks like death itself, like he might just keel over. What is wrong, my good man? I can help him. Rumpel. He needs help. He can stay in my room instead. I can even restock the medicines on my own if need be. So please let me help him. There's a desperation in Rumpel's eyes that I have never seen before. He looks at Parfait pleadingly, all the while holding the man by the shoulder to steady him. What is happening? Oh, princess, this man heard about Rumpel through one of the men at the tavern. Oh, he's sick and doesn't have a lot of money to pay for treatment. He came here seeking Rumpel. Oh! Wow, he must have been able to find this place because he was cursed. Does he even have the money to pay? No, he doesn't. Rumpel turns to me with a frown on his face. I have never seen him look at me so sternly. Princess, you remember what I told you before? Yes, money does not matter when you're helping the sick. He was so insistent that a doctor's number one priority was to help their patient regardless of their monetary situation. Yes. Take him to your room then, Rumpel. I will have a niece assist you if she's willing. No, a niece does not need to worry herself. I think she'd want to help you. The two cut their discussion short when the man starts coughing, a terrible hacking cough that paralyzes him. Rumpel steadies him and then he begins to slowly move him toward his room. Man, damn, you sick. Don't worry, princess. He'll be fine. What? I can see the worry on your face. Rumpel will be fine. I'm not worried. Who says I was? Why would I worry about Rumpel? Because it's not like you to worry about someone you don't know at all. He looks so alarmed. I have never seen Rumpel look like that before. It is not like him. Rumpel knows what he's doing. I'll have someone else assist you with serving today, so no worries. Parfait comes through on her promise. When I go back to the bar, both Anise and Rumpel are gone. Karma, or Miss Karma, is there instead, looking disgruntled. He's probably like, I don't want to help you. Waltz would be better at this. Why do I have to help? Because Walt is busy doing his puppet shows, and Rumpel is helping a sick man. Oh, well, I guess there's nothing to do about this then, other than enjoy it. He flips his hair and smiles brilliantly. I will attract all the customers today. Perhaps we should have a competition, princess. What? Compete with yourself. I am really not in the mood for karma right now. Then I shall definitely compete with myself, because challenging yourself is important. Yes. Karma picks up waiting tables fairly easily. I notice that he speaks very fondly to the girls, but they are not as receptive as they are with Rumpel. Yeah, because he's really pretty right now. Many times they ask Karma where Rumpel is, and he seems agitated. When he tells them that Rumpel is busy, they seem just as irritated. Oh wow, he's a real charmer, huh? Once my break starts, I meet Karma at the bar. He looks depressed. I guess if you and Rumpel competed to woo girls, he would win. Yeah. Ah, darling, if I were to shed my disguise right here and now, I would be the clear victor. Hey, that's an unfair advantage. Since without this disguise, a woman would flock to me, it is rather uncomfortable to have every woman in Angiel fall in love with you. Yes. You look like you're judging me, princess. Because I am. If only you understood my plight. Karma and Rumpel may speak similarly, but they are still so different. Karma is the type to complain, Rumpel never complains. He is overworking himself for someone else, just like he went out of his way to apologize to me many times. Hey now, it's just because you haven't seen that side of Karma yet. My heart sinks a little bit as I think of him and Anise helping out the sick man. Rumpel did not even want Anise going up there, so he probably wouldn't want me up there either. I could try to visit him, or I could go back to my room. Go to Rumpel's room, go back to my room. I don't know. Oh man, I'm gonna screw up my streak. I'm at 3 for 2 right now. I'm gonna mess it up. I really want to go check on Rumpel, but at the same time, I should keep to my word of how like I shouldn't go along too much with Rumpel stuff. It seems to earn more points with him that way. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, let's go for this choice. If it doesn't yield any result, maybe perhaps I'll go next time on the opposite spectrum. Maybe. Yeah, okay, let's continue. We gotta hold strong. Yeah, I don't think we should disturb him in his work. I feel like. Okay, you know what? Let's go. Okay, we gotta be strong. Be strong. Be strong. Go back to my room. I should not bother him. What was that, princess? Oh, it is nothing. If you don't want to bother Rumpel, you can always spend some time down here with me. I could give you some advice about your good deeds, too. You? Yeah. I stare at him. Karma puts a hand over his chest and sighs dramatically. I'm offended, princess. Out of the corner of my eye, I notice Delora looking expectantly at Karma. He notices her and then sighs out dramatically. If I had more time, I would give you advice. Yes. Karma walks off, and I consider his words. Then after a few moments, I shake the words from my mind and start walking. Okay. As I'm heading up to my room, I hesitate, knowing Rumpel's door is close by. Earlier, he looked so stressed. I think I should go see him. Okay. I go anyways. But hey, at least I tried. I didn't say I didn't try. I make my way over to what I think is Rumpel's door. The door is slightly ajar, and I hear hushed voices on the other side. Those voices definitely belong to Anise and Rumpel. I slowly push the door open and quietly step inside. Hello, Rumpel and Anise are standing over the man who is covered in blankets and coughing. A series of bottles sit on the table close by. None of the herbal remedies are working. We need a medicine for this. Yes, give him some, cough drops, I'm sorry, I don't have any more money to offer, Rumpel. Anise, please don't sound so sad. You've already tried helping as much as you possibly can. It's It's my fault for promising to buy the medication that we need. I glance at the table where a list is sitting. Beautiful cursive handwriting details everything that the patient needs. Everything is circled except for some medicine at the very bottom that has a star next to it. Is that Rumpel's handwriting? It's very neat. Unlike most doctors' handwritings are messy as hell. Suddenly the two of them turn. They both look shocked to see me. Princess, what are you doing here? I came to see how you were doing. Princess, I'm fine, but... He glances down at the man on the bed, and he sighs out a little bit. We've given him what we can, but the one medicine that we need is something we can't afford. Oh. Even with the money I'm getting from Lady Parfait, it isn't enough. I walk into the room and glance at the list. I look over at the total for the medicine, then at the coins on the table that I hadn't noticed before. Did Rumpel use all of his money for this stranger? What will happen if you do not get this medicine? He'll probably die. No, it's okay. No. Oh, I think so, yeah. Without this, the infection will spread and he could... He goes silent as the man starts coughing again. I can read the answer in his eyes, even if he won't say it. The man could be in terrible danger. He could even die. Rumpel looks defeated. He doesn't look like himself at all. I glance at the coins again, then at the list. Without a second thought, I grab both the list and the coins. Yes, let me handle this. Princess, what are you... I'll be back. BRB. I leave the room, even with the niece and Rumpel protesting behind me. I make my way to my room, where I pick up the bag of coins that the king gave me when I went to the palace on the day I was cursed. Yeah. Then I head for the door. I figured she would do this. She would end up doing this. It's like, we can all combine our monies together. I immediately head for the medicine store that we always frequent. I count the coins that I need to buy the medicine. This will take all of my money, but if it wasn't as if I was going to use it for something else. It wasn't as if I was going to use it for something else. I rush back to the marchand with the medicine in a little bag, hoping that this is the one that Rumpel needs. Don't die before I get there, please. It is dark by the time I get back to the marchand. I make my way to Rumpel's room again and notice that he is sitting on a stool beside the patient's bed, looking at him forlornly. When I enter the room, his eyes go wide. He seems even more surprised when I hand him the bag. Princess, is this medicine? Yes. He opens the bag and lets the little vial roll onto his hand. There. Wow. Yes. How did you buy this? With my money and your money and everybody else's money. I combined your total with the money I had left. Rumpel just stares at me, clearly flabbergasted. Then his expression morphs into something softer, something more relieved. He steps forward and suddenly his arms are around me. Come on, did I not do good? He grips me tightly and then I hear his voice in my ear. Thank you so much, Princess Hana. My heartbeat picks up slightly. It is so loud I think Rumpel might hear it, but when he pulls away, he does not say anything. I'll have to thank you for this later, Princess, but for now, you should leave. I don't want you to get sick. I am too dazed to disagree. I nod my head quietly before moving stiffly toward the door. Really? I should have ran to him immediately? Ugh. I glance back at Rumpel one last time, noticing that he is checking the man's temperature. Dang it! The moment I leave the room, a flash of light emanates from my chest. Oh, hey! Yay, my good deed! Yay! I absently touch the glass slipper at my neck and then pause as I stare down at it. I feel a soft gas leave my lips when I notice a fragment of a second slipper. Yay! There we go. I got my first good deed. Yes, I bought the medicine for Rumpel, but I only added in a few more coins to buy it. So what I did today was considered a good deed? Yes, because you did it out of the sincerity of your heart. I am confused, but at the same time, I am pleased that I actually managed to get a good deed. Now I only need 2 more. Yay! The next day I go down to the tavern area to begin my work, but I am there a little early. Walt is working on his puppets at a table, eyebrows furrowed in concentration. When I walk in, he looks up at me and smiles. Then he raises his eyebrows. Princess, congratulations! Ah, I'm glad you noticed. You got your first good deed. I did. Indeed I did. I knew you could do it. I nod in response. His praise makes me feel oddly proud. Yeah, I continue my usual work, keeping an eye out for Rumpel as I work my shift, but he never appears. A few days goes by, and it is only after the man leaves, looking a lot healthier and stable than he was before, that I finally see Rumpel. He and the man speak at the front door to the tavern. No, really, sir, I couldn't take anything from you. No, nonsense, you saved my life. I need to pay you back somehow. The man is holding money out to Rumpel, but Rumpel just shakes his head. I notice that there are dark circles under his eyes and that he looks tired. Ah, I didn't help you for the money. But I insist. That money could be spent on better things, like your family. You may not take my money, but I promise I will pay you back. Your health is all the reward I need, I promise. Oh, well. I can't thank you enough. After the man leaves, I approach Rumpel. He turns to me and leans against the door. His smile is tired but bright. Princess, come to heal my weary body, perhaps? I would so love another hug. Maybe not here, but I will give it to you at some point. My face becomes hot at the memory of Rumpel's hug from the other day. The natural rouge of your cheeks is so sweet, Princess. It makes me feel infinitely better. And your necklace seems different? Yes. I reach up to touch the pendant. Every time I get a good deed, a piece gets added to my necklace. Oh, right, you helped with the medicine the other day. Of course that was a good deed, Princess. It was very selfless of you. Thank you again for that. That man tried to thank you too, but you refused his money. Why? And why did you spend your money on him? Because I am a good Samaritan. Because life is invaluable, Princess. No amount of money could ever be more important than a person's life. Even if it is someone you don't know? You do not know? Yeah. Yes, because everyone has a life, Princess. They have loved ones, families, sweethearts. And if I can help them, I will, and I will gladly spend any amount of money to do so. Wow. Okay, fine. But why did you not accept any money from that man? Because no amount of money. You needed that money. How are you going to buy more medicines without any money? Rumpel's eyes widen. He was clearly not expecting me to ask that question. But he said before he didn't have much money, and it was true. I can't take money from him when he doesn't have much of it to begin with. He was thanking you with money. You should have accepted it. Parfait pays you, does she not? Rumpel's shoulders sag when he sighs. Yes, even though I won't accept the money from her face to face, she has to sneak it into my wallet. Wow! If she does that, why not just accept it from her? I'm trying to make a statement, Princess. And Parfait does not seem to care because she sneaks the money into your wallet regardless. You have a point there. Yes, see? So she's like, either way, you're losing. You're stubborn. We both are. Yeah, you got me. Now I have a question. Why did you use your money on that man? You knew nothing about him. Well, did you do it for him? For yourself? No. Or for me, perhaps? Stop. I didn't do it for you. Not like I cared about you. Not like I was worried. Rumpel grins at me mischievously. Even with the tired eyes, I can still see the bright cheer in him. Hit the nail right on the head. Again, you're becoming easier to read, my sweet princess. Well, no matter why you did it, thank you. That medicine was necessary to help that man. I still think you should have accepted money from him. You helped him, and did him a service no one else would. You should have accepted his gratitude. Princess, I told you. Yes, I know. Can we stop this conversation? It's getting really tiring. I cross my arms and frown at him. You're so stubborn. Rumpel's smile falters, and he just looks at me sadly, almost guiltily. For some reason, the sight of him in such a state makes my heart sink. Aw. Wipe off that frown. You look better with a smile. Rumpel stares at me, shocked. Ooh, why is he staring at me like that? 'Cause you just complimented him. You like my smile? Yeah, look at that face. That face like, oh. What? I did not say You like my smile, and you complimented it, too. Princess, you have no idea how much this means to me. Yes. Rumpel throws his hands in the air. I resist the urge to roll my eyes at the exaggerated reaction. Yes, throw your hands in the air and wave them like you just don't care. You get compliments all the time from women. Yes, but none as honest as yours. That compliment is valuable because I know you absolutely mean it. So I will keep those words close to my heart because they are precious to me. Aww. It wasn't anything like the spectacular compliments he gives, yet he still looks so happy. Any compliment for him is a good compliment, you know. You two seem to be getting along. Yes, we are. Parfait appears behind us with a smile on her face. Sorry to interrupt, but Hana, Karma is slowly drowning in table work. Would you help him? Yes, of course. Rumpel looks disappointed as I am sent back to the bar, where Karma expresses immediate relief that I am back. Rumpel retires to his room early that day, and he is given the day off. Both Delora and Parfait can see the tiredness on his face, just like I can. Yes, he does not reappear for the rest of the day. At the end of my shift, I retire to my room. Okay. So tiring. All this work. When I get downstairs the next morning, I am met with a familiar sight. What? Both Karma and Rumpel stand on opposite sides of the table, their voices rising in argument. Oh no, not this again. They are fighting again. I happen to catch their words as I walk quietly down the stairs. What are you fighting about this time? Who are you to criticize my work ethic when you were gone for several days, leaving me with your workload? Hey now, it wasn't like I wanted to, and who are you to criticize how I work? All of the ladies I spoke to said that you showered them with compliments. What kind of professional behavior is that? I'm having a hard time believing you're a professional with the way that you flaunt yourself. At least I don't flirt with people to attract their attention. Hey now, don't go assuming things about each other. You say some sly things, Miss Karma, and yet you're the biggest liar of us all. Wow, at least I don't lie to my partner. Oof. Hey now. Hi guys. Listen guys. Hey now. Y'all. Should I defend Rumpel this time? Last time I didn't manage to get anything by, like, you know, continuing my theory, so maybe we should start kind of like being nice to him now? Yes? Okay, let's try. Let's go for it. Defend Rumpel. Rumpel tells me that he never lies. He tells me that he wants me to trust him. Though I still find it hard to believe, I do want to trust him. I walk down the rest of the stairs and stop at Rumpel's side. Both men look equally surprised to see me there. Hey man, it's his turn to get defended, you know. I defended him that one time too. Anyways, Rumpel has never lied to me yet. Karma looks up and stares at me for a few moments, looking startled by my sudden appearance, then he sighs. Princess, a man that flatters everyone doesn't flatter anyone. At least he's not so conceited he flatters himself constantly. Oof. Oof. Such a sharp tongue you have, Princess. And you are very quick to jump to assumptions. You two are at it again? Yes. Jurian stops at the table and frowns at them. Both men glance away from her cold gaze. Karma murmurs something before excusing himself. Rumpel looks down at the table, his eyebrows knit together with frustration. What is wrong with you two? Why can't you just be civil with each other? Yeah, come on. Jurian, you're never here to see how these fights start. True. Karma is every bit a beast, attacking me for no good reason at all, but with your keen eye, you should be able to discern that, right? Flattery won't work on me, Rumpel, and second, I doubt these fights start without any bit of prompting from you. I swear I don't start anything. Karma is just always irritable. He's like a woman during that one time of the month. Hey now, hey. You're not proving your case very well right now, mister. After I came to defend you, you're in the presence of two women here. Jiren walks away stiffly, leaving me with Rumpel. I look at him, a little irritated by his earlier comment. He gives me a sheepish smile. Thank you, Princess. Hey! For what? Oh, but I did good! But I did good. Even that one slip-up that he made. For what? For defending me. I swear I meant what I said. I would never lie to you. I mean every one of my compliments. Every one of my thank yous. You must know that, since you came to defend me. Rumpel, sometimes you continue talking when nothing needs to be said. But I am just expressing the depths of my gratitude. No, it is not necessary. It was such a small thing, too. Princess, can you give me some help with inventory? Yeah, can you give me some help with inventory? Yes, I will. I am coming. As I turn away, Rumpel waves. Okay, I'm back in the game so far. It's 3 for 3. I'll see you later, Princess. Who knows? You might get your second good deed. I resist the urge to roll my eyes. It feels like it would be a while yet before I can achieve my next good deed. Yes, and you are right. You are right indeed. Chapter 6! I knew it was coming. Strings of Fate. Okay. Alright. Strings of Fate. What do you mean by that? What a brilliant day! The sun is shining, the town is full of laughter, and I have my sweet princess with me today! Yay! Yes, yes. My sweet princess here to accompany me. Yes, I know, you say that every time. It sounds like I'm getting easier to read too. Yes, you are. Nope, you've just said it enough times that I memorized it. That means you must pay attention to my words. That in itself is a compliment, princess. It is not. We are on our way to the usual store to restock our medications when a small figure leads out through the front door. Oh, she has a face. So she must be important. She stares at us with a lost look on her face. Are you perhaps the witch doctor? Rumpel reacts immediately, making his way over to her with a broad smile. No, please don't. Madam, I can't help but notice the pained expression upon your beautiful face. Is there anything I can do to assuage your worries? For seeing your lovely face shadowed by such sadness stabs me right in the heart. Oh. The woman stares at Rumpel, dumbfounded. His smile wavers and he takes a step back, suddenly looking alarmed. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh. It's you. Huh? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. This is awkward, madam, but I'm afraid I don't know you. Oh, what? Or do I? Do I know you? Oh. Yes, you do, because she has a face. So it means she's important. I take a step forward and look at the woman flatly. He has been cursed. He has amnesia. Oh, yes. Amnesia? The woman stares at Rumpel, scrutinizing him. You do seem different. Changed from before, in any case. Yes. So you knew me before. How terrible it is of me to forget such a lovely face. But perhaps you could help me remember? The usual flirty suggestion in his voice. In his voice, but the woman seems unaffected. Is in his voice, yeah. The usual flirtiness is in his voice, but the woman ignores it, yes. I can help you remember. Can you? I can help you remember. You can? It's no wonder I can't remember your name. You have the fairy tale curse, don't you? Yes. Who is this woman? You truly don't remember me? I'm sorry. The woman looks conflicted, but the expression is gone as fast as it appears. I'm Bria. Your fiancé. Whoa. Okay, wow. Did not expect that. What? The shock is apparent on my face, but nowhere near as impressive as the astonishment on Rumpel's face. My fiancé? She has to be lying. How can Rumpel possibly have a fiancé with the way that he is? He is barely able to dedicate himself to a single woman for an hour. True. Bria takes a step forward and takes Rumpel's hands in her own. You don't remember holding my hands like this when you took me to the forest and proposed to me? I think she's lying. No, I don't trust this. Rumpel opens his mouth, but no words escape. He reminds me of a lost dog all of a sudden with his eyes so wide. Bria runs her fingers over his hands. I loved you, you loved me, and I still love you very much. I don't remember this. I don't either. How can I help you remember? Rumpel's voice is faint, but he still tries to smile. The circumstances of the curse tell me that I need to remember through memories and a journal somehow. A journal? I have your old journals. I can show you the very first love letter you wrote me. Whoa! Maybe she is telling the truth. Whoa. Bria starts walking, her hand still clasped in Rumpel's. I stare after them for a few moments, trying to piece together what is happening in my head. I chase after them. Whoa. What development this is. Bria enters a house, one that Rumpel stares at in awe. When she comes back out, she is holding a journal. She hands it to Rumpel, then opens up to the first page. This is a little embarrassing, but there it is. You compiled your letters into a journal. Rumpel slowly reads over the words, and I notice the strange glazed look come back into his eyes as his expression grows more somber. This is like the last time, when he remembered that he was a doctor. Bria turns to me as Rumpel is reading, and her eyebrows arch. And who are you? Oh no, his partner. Partner? We are helping each other with our curses. Oh, you're cursed too, you poor thing. You don't look like you're pitying. You don't look like you're sorry. You're sorry for me. Bria's voice is flat. She is glaring at me beneath her smile. Yes. I have done nothing to merit this distrust from her. And I cannot help and I cannot bring myself to trust her either. Yeah, I don't like this. Bria. Rumpel looks up from the journal and stares at her. Yes, sweet? Rumpel's melancholy expression throws me off. Last time he was so excited when he realized he was a doctor, but now his expression is heartbreaking. I remember, I did propose to you. And did she say yes, or did she say no? In the forest, when it was dark, you set up little lights around the clearing. We spoke for a while, and then when you got down on your knee, you dropped the ring. It had fallen in the roots of some tree. Oh wow. We only noticed it when a bird came down to pluck it out of the bramble. I had no idea what you were looking for, but I still chased after the bird. And you got the ring back. And you got the ring back and you knew. Bria holds out her hand and I notice a beautiful red-green gem ring on her a beautiful red-green gem ring on her ring finger. Wow. Wow. That is a very nice diamond ring. Whatever ring it is. It was still charming though. I laughed for so long because it felt so memorable. Plucking your engagement ring back out of a bird's beak. You're right. Rumpel smiles a little uncertainly. In that moment, I feel him turn away from me. He does not even realize I am there, standing with Bria. Why am I feeling so uncomfortable? You said you were helping Rumpel with his curse, yes? She turns to me. There is no worry. I can help him now. That is what couples do. I have to force the pity out of my heart. I have to force myself to think rationally. Something still seems off about this. Yeah, I don't like this. But Rumpel remembers. Which means this is the truth, isn't it? I am still his partner. I'm still his partner, bitch! Back off. I'm still his partner. I still feel something is wrong. I do not trust this woman. Do you know nothing about him? Do you know anything about him, dear? Oh. Have you helped him regain any of his memories? Yes, I did. In fact, he remembers that he's a doctor because of me, and I was there. She was with me when I regained my memories. Hana is a very valuable good luck charm. Oh, thank you. Yes! I knew it. That was obvious enough, I feel. Rumpel flashes a small smile at me before turning to Bria. Her eyes seem a little colder now. Tell me, what do you go by? What do you go by now? Until we figure out your name, I need something to call you. Rumpel. Bria's cold gaze falls on me, and I can sense something in them that surprises me. Jealousy? Why would she be jealous of me? I don't know. Rumpel, would you maybe want to come back home with me? Oh, what? Oh my, I know you must be overwhelmed, but our home might be able to help you remember some things. I'm sorry, I actually have a patient somewhere else that I need to tend to. Bria's eyes flash briefly. Her frown is there for a few seconds before she smiles again. Okay, you always were good with your patients. I'm sorry. It's okay, I understand that you're overwhelmed. But remember, now I am here for you too. I want to mend things, to make them go back to what they were before. Okay, how about you look over that journal and then we meet again tomorrow. We can take this one step at a time. I would like that. Okay, yeah, something is fishy about her. I'm sure she must have, like, set him up for the curse, I think. I feel, maybe, you know? We can get to know each other again, and in time, I'm sure you'll remember I'm sure you'll remember what we used to have. I loved you. And I did too. I still do. Okay, a slight shiver runs down my spine as I stare at the two of them. There it is, that uncomfortable feeling once again. Bria and Rumpel agree on the spot to meet tomorrow, and then she leans up to kiss Rumpel on the cheek. Oh. He puts a hand on his cheek as she walks off with a gentle smile on her face. Are you okay? He looks at me, and for a few moments, I feel that his gaze lingers longer than it normally does on my own eyes. Then he smiles and laughs. Of course I am, Princess. I just remembered something about my own past. I'm guessing that the second entry has appeared in my journal by now. Oh right, we should read that. I can't wait to go back to the Marchand to read it. Bria has the rest of my journals, so I might truly be able to remember everything if I talk to her. Including your love for her? I feel like they fell apart, you know? But at the same time, why would she still keep his ring, you know? I feel like she was using him somehow, you know? I feel. He sighs out before he proclaims that we should finish our errands. I follow him around the town, though the scenery lacks its usual vibrancy. Rumpel doesn't speak to anyone, not even the girls, while we walk. He keeps his eyes focused on the ground, and when he speaks to the shop owners, his cheer is lukewarm at best. I try to start a conversation with him many times, but he shies away from talking. I feel like there is something he's not telling me. Yes, suspicious. When we arrive at the margin, Rumpel quickly excuses himself, not even sharing his epiphany about his past with anyone. What has him so bent out of shape? He just regained another memory. I am assuming he is going to go read about it now. Yes. It is not like him to hide things. I hope Rumpel is okay. Yes. Intermission! Will he show us what's written in the diary? No? Maybe not? I guess not. It has been about a week since Rumpel regained his last memory. He has been meeting with Bria since then. Oh, wow. But he still hasn't told me about the memory from the journal. He does not flirt with any girls, and when he sees me, his smile looks broken. He spends his day visiting Bria and tending to parfait. You're worried about Rumpel, aren't you? Yes, I am. Why would I be worried about him? Whatever is what I mean to say, you know. Because Rumpel is no longer able to run errands with me, Waltz decided to take his place. Okay. But Waltz's presence cannot make up for Rumpel's absence. He'll be fine, princess. He's still figuring things out. Yeah. I do not trust that woman. His fiancée, yes. She appeared out of nowhere. People who aren't cursed can't find the tavern, princess. She would never have been able to find him. But she would still try to look for him, right? You know? Like, cause she recognized him right off the bat, right? It's not like she completely forgot about him. So what's the deal? So really the only place she could have met him was out here in nowhere. I can tell that he is teasing me, but it does little to lift my spirits. I know. Waltz sighs. If you don't trust her, why not just ask her? Why not just ask around for her? She obviously does not want to talk to me. No, I mean ask others about her. So long as you find a way to phrase your intentions honestly, I think they might understand you. Rumpel says my honesty is good, but I also know that the way I speak frustrates many people. A little too, brash. Come on, I'll help. Okay. Waltz approaches a flower shop where several people are gathered to look at the fresh flowers. Excuse me, madam, sir. I was wondering if you knew anything about someone named Bria. We hear that she is engaged to a friend of ours, but he hasn't said much about her. Yeah. I mean, we gotta play it off like that, you know? Everyone calls me blunt, but I would never question others so openly. Does Waltz really expect the people to be so open to him? Yes. Oh, if it isn't Waltz doing a little investigative work, are you? Yes. Just looking to find out more about someone important to a friend? Not again. Not going to put this into one of your shows, are you? Nah. Waltz raises an eyebrow and laughs. Of course not. Everyone just trusts Waltz. I suppose he must speak to people often, being a performer. They would probably never suspect Waltz to do anything morally questionable. And yet with me, they were suspicious of everything that I did. I guess it's a good thing Waltz is here. Right. Thank God. I stifle a sigh as the so-called investigation begins. But Bria, I was under the impression that her fiancé wasn't seeing her anymore. Okay. Bria, oh poor Bria, I hear that the poor dear made a mistake and that her fiancé threw her out for it. What mistake? Is she engaged to someone new now? I'm not surprised, given the affair that she had on her first fiancé. Oh, she had an affair! She cheated! Sleeping with another man! Excuse me, what did you just say? Oh, you aren't aware. I'm terribly sorry. Perhaps I shouldn't have said anything. No. You said she cheated on her first fiancé? She was engaged to some man, a doctor, I believe. He was a good man, always smiled, helped everyone, including the poor. I don't see how she would have the gall to do it, but the rumors state that she was seeing another man. Ooh. Juicy deets, juicy tea. Ooh. I think I saw them out together sometimes. He was a rich businessman. Ooh, wow, so shallow. Who was he? Yeah. I believe he was one of the doctor's patients. Really? Did anyone see this for sure, ma'am? Oh, lots of people did, and that's why the poor man stopped seeing her. Bless his heart. He looked heartbroken. Oh, wow. But then, the two of them were engaged, so she should have been more committed to him, right? When Bria first approached Rumpel, she had no idea he had amnesia. She started apologizing to him. Was it for that affair, or am I just speculating? I think it's for that affair. We thanked the woman for her help before continuing to ask around town for more information. Wow, oh my god, this is exciting. The more we hear, the more certain we become. She cheated on him. Wow, that's shady as hell. Princess, I know what you're thinking, but it would be incredibly rash to tell Rumpel about this, right? But she's lying to him. I can still remember the sadness in his eyes. Maybe somewhere deep down he still knows. Did his journal entry not say anything? I think it might. You can try talking to him, Princess, but without any evidence, we're just going off of rumors. If you were wrong, I think that would hurt the situation a lot more. I am forced to acknowledge Waltz's reasoning. That's true. As much as I want to tell Rumpel right now, I do not even know where he is. We finish our errands for the day and then return to the Marchen, where I complete my chores around the tavern before retiring to bed. Wow, we got some tea. Later that night, after turning for hours in bed without any success of sleep, I make my way downstairs for a glass of milk. I stop abruptly at the sound of hushed voices. Parfait and Rumpel are sitting together at the table, their voices soft. It means a lot to me that you're still taking care of me, even with everything that you have on your plate. When things are uncertain as they are right now, the little things that remain the same are actually comforting. True. What? No compliments tonight? He clears his throat. Lady Parfait, I always find comfort in your presence. Your heart's not in it, is it? Please don't stress yourself on trying to take care of me. I've seen the orders of the medicines and the dosages. I can take care of myself, Rumpel. I owe you and Lady Delora for letting me stay here. Even now, you could have kicked me out, yet I'm still here. No, why would we do that? This isn't the confident Rumpel that I'm used to seeing. It's rather heartbreaking to see you like this, you know. Yes. Rumpel, what is wrong? Parfait's eyes drift past Rumpel and she sees me before I can dart away. I think you're worrying your partner too. Rumpel turns in his seat and stares at me. Hello. Princess? Yes. I slowly make my way toward them. I'm sorry, Princess. I haven't been trying to help you at all. No, it is fine. Parfait's right, though. It is not like you to be so pitiful. Your words are still sharp as ever. I glance at Parfait curiously. The light of the tavern lights her face up dimly, making it look more ghostly than usual. Yeah, she looks sicklier. Do I look like a ghost, Princess? Yeah, you do. Yes. By the time night comes around, I am utterly exhausted. You said you were like this because of the Tenebrium lucis you have to take care of? Yes. That's correct. I used to be able to watch over it more easily, but now with the balance between both crystals lost in the kingdom, it's getting harder. This responsibility is a big burden. It is a heavy toll on my body. But that doesn't diminish any of my pride. I am proud to bear this responsibility. Someone needs to do it, and I am very glad I can help so many people through bearing this burden. What would happen if you just let the responsibility go? Well, things would go to shit. There would be even more chaos than there is now. And what of the Tenebrium bearer? Would they not help you with your stress? That is you, girl. There is no Tenebrium bearer currently. What? Parfait stares at me for a few moments, a complicated expression on her face. Then suddenly she sighs. Oh, is she gonna drop the news? No, she's not. Not yet. Please do not worry about me, Princess. I've lived a good life. I just want to do more good while I still live. And I am very lucky to be surrounded by so many good people. Anyway, the two of you should be off to bed soon. I can tell you're both tired. Parfait pauses to look at me, eyebrows slightly arched. Oh, but before you go, there was something I meant to ask you. Oh, ask me. Parfait crosses her arms and looks at me tersely for a few moments. The look is so unlike her that it almost concerns me. Why? Yeah, why? She looks uncertain of something, though I cannot imagine what it is. What could she want to discuss with me? I wanted to ask if you were free the day after tomorrow. I mean, maybe she might drop the bomb then? Yes? I am free whenever my schedule says I am. Then if you could spare 20 or so minutes, I want to speak with you about something. Very important. Important? Yes. I suppose you could say it is related to your curse. Fine. Parfait smiles at us before walking back to her room, leaving me alone with Rumpel. Rumpel smiles at me uncertainly. For a few moments, I think he might actually talk to me, but then he rushes off after giving me an apology. Oh wow. I watch him walk up the stairs, my heart sinking. I need to know what is going on with him. What is wrong, my dear prince? Now it's my turn to be extra eccentric. Today is my day off. I keep on the lookout for Rumpel. Eventually I see him making his way down the staircase. He does not look quite as disheartened as last night, but his expression is still rather somber. He says good morning to everyone as he usually does, and then walks out through the front door. And that is my cue. Gonna follow him. Following behind Rumpel without being seen proves to be remarkably easy. Even if he is perceptive, he won't be expecting me to follow after him when I normally work during these hours. Yes. He makes his way through the town until he comes to a stop at a little cafe in the main plaza. It is cleverly hidden, just slightly out of view, not at all in plain view like the rest of the shops. Bria is sitting, waiting for him at a table with a journal. The way she smiles at him numbs my heart. Look at that shady bitch. Look at this fake-ass bitch. I make my way over to the nearby fountain and crouch beside it and keep out of their view. Yes. I can hear the conversation just barely from where I sit. You know, I'd been searching for you for a long time when I saw you. You suddenly disappeared from the house one night and I couldn't find you. Why did I leave the house? I don't know. Of course you do. Was it a fight? Yes, it was. For your infidelity? No, not a fight. We barely ever fought. We made a promise when you gave me this ring. We promised we would never make each other sad. I close my eyes and breathe. Bria's words drive a bitterness through my heart after everything I heard. And it is possible those rumors were baseless, but isn't it possible that they were the truth? I know, right? And Rumpel mentioned a fight. Now is my chance to tell him. I don't know if this is the correct timing. Maybe he already... Let's reconsider. I don't know. This doesn't feel... I don't know. Let's reconsider. I don't feel right. I don't feel this is the right time. Yeah. But if somehow everything that we heard was one big lie, would I hurt Rumpel? I also have my pride. I cannot just accuse someone, even if I feel that Bria is guilty of something. Right? I step away from the fountain, meaning to head back the way that I came. Even if the situation sounds wrong, I feel that Rumpel would hate me getting involved. I am surprised when he calls my name. Whoa! Princess? Oh yay! I did a good thing! Yay! Go me! Pat on the back! Yes. What are you doing here? Just admiring this fountain. He saw me. Did he know I was behind the fountain? Spying, are we? No. I was admiring this fountain. God. I make my way over to the table to where Rumpel is looking at me with worry and Bria is openly scowling at me. Hi. Is there something wrong, Miss Partner? Not with me, but perhaps with you. Yeah, excuse me? You seem to have quite the reputation. Yeah. Heard some bits and pieces of things. You know. Princess. I have no idea what you're talking about, but taking people's words at face value is foolish. Mother would have said the same thing, but why would they lie? So it is not true that you were seeing another man? Huh? Bet you didn't know I knew that. Ooh, what you gonna do? What you gonna say? How dare you? Yes, I dare. I do so dare. Bria stands up and glares at me. I frown back at her. Her anger does not faze me. She seems like a petulant child. I can't stand jealous girls. They are the bane of my existence. And you're what, 18? 17, but what does that even matter? She doesn't need to know that. Either way, there'd just be about a 6-year gap between you two. Dang! Yeah, we young, and I would figure he's a lot older. Shit. Oops. 24? Gods, am I really so ancient? No, you're not that old. Okay, you know, in this... okay, maybe a little bit. Maybe. Let's wait until I'm 19. Then I'll feel better about myself. The two of us look at him in unison, then back at each other. I am here because I want to help my partner and because you are lying to him. And who are you to say that I'm lying? You're a terrible little spy is what you are, hiding places to watch us, going around town asking about me. But I'm telling you now that Rumpel doesn't need you, especially if you're the one spewing lies. Those words have no weight coming from a hypocrite. Yes. That clap back. Wait, ladies. Rumpel looks between us. Rumpel looks between the two of us, eyebrows furrowed. Then he shakes his head. Bria, I knew. It was in my journal. Aha, okay. What? Rumpel faces Bria, his expression crumpled. It was that lord, wasn't it? The one I refused to take money from that one time I helped him? Yeah, okay, so it's good. Yeah, like, it would make sense that it would appear in his journal after, like, reading from her shit, right? He told me himself. Ha. I think that's why this feeling inside of me is so mute right now. Why I was always having second thoughts about your stories. Bria, why didn't you ever tell me you were seeing him? Yeah, why? I asked you that question back then too, but you had never told me, and so I was waiting for you to bring it up again. I was waiting for you to explain. I was waiting for closure. As if I could ever get anything through that thick skull of yours. Oh, whoa! What is this? What is this? Even I cannot help myself from staring at her with his... Yeah, even I cannot stop myself from staring at her when she insults Rumpel. But with this, she has admitted that the rumors are true. Right? Even if I explained myself, all you would ever say was that you were sorry, but nothing ever changed. What do you mean? What did I do that was so wrong? Yeah. Yeah, why? Look at you. Even now you can't bring yourself to be angry at me. I mean... I'm sorry he's being the bigger man in this situation, in this relationship. Hello? What do you expect him to be? What? You knew the truth, but instead of demanding to know why I did what I did, you keep asking what you did wrong. Huh? Yeah, that's true, but still, it's like, come on. You're the one in the wrong anyways. But you'll never realize what you did wrong, Rumpel. Never. Some things never change. Bria scowls as she makes her way around the table. Rumpel tries to call her back, but Bria only frowns as she walks off. I mean, yeah, Rumpel, you're too lax with her in that retrospect, but at the same time, she's like, what right does she have, to get mad for him at not getting mad, because she is the one who did the thing in the first place. Rumpel lets out a long sigh. And there go all of my journals too. Dang. Right, he said that Bria had all of his old journals. I'm sorry, hey, but I didn't jump in just quite yet, so, this all came out naturally. Huh? I only made things worse. I am still not entirely sure what they were talking about, but... Princess, you don't have to apologize for anything, though... Aww. Though what? What's wrong? I would like you to apologize for shedding some light on my age. What? Am I really truly that old? Oh no. Suddenly he looks disgruntled, but the look of distraught on his face is almost comical. I cannot help it when I smile and then start to laugh. Do my ears deceive me? Is that wonderful sound coming from your mouth, princess? How precious. Oh, it's just... You are an old man. No, he's not that old. Come on. If I am an old man, then I'm young at heart. Besides, I would be a lot more offended if you weren't smiling while you said that. Huh. After a few moments, Rumpel sighs and shakes his head. Aw, that's cute of them. I'm sorry you had to see all that. I knew there was more to the story than Bria was letting on because I read the memory in my journal. Yeah. You knew about the nobleman. Why did you not say anything? Like I said, I was waiting for her to say something. I wanted her to open up about it honestly. Bria is undoubtedly bold, but I doubt she is at all honest. The journal entry, I never read it to you. Yeah. You have been distant the last week. I have been, and I'm sorry for that. No, it's fine. But allow me to enlighten you. Rumpel gestures to the chair that Bria had been sitting in, and I take a seat opposite him. First, the nobleman was one of my patients. He had a grievous sickness, one that no one had been able to cure. I cannot help but remember the little boy with the impossible sickness. It seemed he was drawn to Rumpel too. Rumpel was not able to help that boy on his own either. Some woman offered her assistance. Did you manage to cure him with the help of that same woman? Yeah. It's another cryptic entry, but yes, the mysterious woman from the first entry reappears. We strike another deal, but I cannot remember the deal at all. All I know is that afterwards, I did something to make Bria hate me, and she began seeing the nobleman. Huh. Or maybe it was before that. Maybe she was just unhappy. She won't explain why. She still cheated on you. That is her fault, not yours, right? Rumpel nods absently. I can tell he is not convinced. Maybe he traded something. I don't even know. Because in the story of Rumpelstiltskin does the favors for that one girl that was locked in the tower by her just continuously giving up something from her, you know, like a necklace or like something else. Like it eventually came to like her firstborn child, and then she refused to do it, and then that's when, you know, he was like, I'm going to take it away, and I'm going to curse you kind of thing, and unless you guess my name kind of thing. But she was able to guess his name anyways, and that's how she was able to avoid, you know, the whole curse and blah blah blah. So maybe he gave up something that he doesn't remember in exchange for helping all these sick people. In any case, even though I can't remember the entirety of what happened, every time I thought of Bria, I thought of our love in the past tense. Oh, maybe pieces of his memories? Maybe? That would make sense. Which is why he has to regain his memories now. Huh. Maybe. Rumpel frowns, but it is fleeting. Suddenly, he is smiling again. Let's head back for now, Princess. I'll figure out how to reach Bria later. Okay, I follow Rumpel back to the Marchen. Though he seems fine for a time, Rumpel's somberness returns as we head back. He looks like he is trapped in his thoughts. He needs the rest of his journals, but how is he going to get a hold of them now? I don't know. We're gonna have to come up with a plan. Alright. Oh, Princess, you're here. Sorry we're late. Okay. My, the Princess is gracing us with her presence? Yes. Parfait said a few days ago that she has something to discuss with me, so I am here. Then let's get right to it, shall we? She plops down on one of the chairs, and Parfait sits down gracefully beside her. I'm pretty sure it's about the whole Tenebarium thing. Princess, the other day you asked me about my responsibility, and briefly about the Tenebarium bearer. Yes, I knew it. Here we go, the talk. I did, but what does this have to do with me? It has everything to do with you, because when it comes to that second inquiry, the answer is right here. Delora points at me. I stare at her, not comprehending. Princess, the bearer of the Crystallium Tenebrarium is you. Yay! There it is. What? I am not able to even feel shock, just confusion. But how do I have anything to do with these crystals? Because your mom is a witch, and she was the last Tenebrarium bearer, and she's the one who made this mess. See, I told you she'd be confused. It's because we started backwards. I'm so sorry, Princess. I do not understand. You remember the story about the crystals, Princess? Yes. For a time, the crystals were in complete balance. Even the witches who drew on negative energy were respected. Then one day, Hans wrote the fairy tales. Witches were suddenly painted as villains. Humans attacked the witches, trying to drive them out. Their leader, who just so happened to be my best friend, was hard-pressed to try to keep the peace. She was the original bearer of the crystal. My mom and you were best friends? They were besties? Aw, man, that sucks. But as witches were killed and thrown out, she found her patience wearing thin. She killed a human, the ultimate taboo, and there was nothing we could do but try to stop her. But this bearer, the leader of the witches, and bearer of the Crystallium Tenebrarium, is someone you know, or someone you knew. If she erased all your memories, she erased all your memories, made you think that the fairy tales were evil and that humans were terrible. Yes, your mother. I feel something dark stirring inside of me. A sharp pain cuts through my heart, making it hard to breathe. The previous bearer of the crystal was your mother, Princess Hildyr, the leader of the witches. Yes. That is impossible. Mother is not a witch. Was not a witch? Yeah. But she was, the strongest of us all. When she died, she kept some of her power sealed within the crystal, which is why it still allows the fairy tale curse to be spread. What kind of lie is this? No. I cannot use magic, and Mother never told me that she was a witch. She would have told me. Nah, she wouldn't have. It sounds like it, doesn't it? But I assure you, Princess, we wouldn't ever lie to you about something like this. As impossible as it seems, you are a witch. Your power won't manifest until you're 18, and at that time, you will inherit control of the crystal. Since your birthday is soon, this was the last chance we had to teach you goodness, yes. Your mother's been shielding you from it for so long. We trusted you were different from her, and you are. But Mother was the only one that ever loved me. That's what she wants you to think. She stole away your memories and made you hate the world. Delora, yeah, can't you put it a little bit more lightly? She was fostering hatred in you, making you just like her. You do not know anything about Mother. How dare you speak ill of her? I stand up, rage coiling up inside of me like a snake. Hana, I know a lot about her, more than you will ever know. No. The truth is hard, Princess, but eventually we all have to face it. Hildai was my beloved friend. Facing her was the hardest thing I have ever done. We only want to help you. Well, you are not very good at it. I turn on my heels and storm out of the room. Alright, there we go. I feel that there was more to what Delora and Parfait wanted to say to me, but I cannot stand to hear it right now. Too much to bear. It's too much to take in. I walk into the clearing and sit against a tree, furiously rubbing at my eyes as I try to clear my dangerously watery eyes. Showing emotion is weak. I'm a thug. Thugs don't cry. I sit there for a long time in the clearing, trying to calm myself. My thoughts spin wildly out of control. Princess? Oh, I see him out of the corner of my eyes, standing between two trees, his eyebrows knit together with worry. You were listening? Listening? No, I just came to look for you in your room, and when I came downstairs, Parfait told me you had run out into the forest. Yeah. Well, she's right, because here I am. May I sit next to you? Sure. I say nothing as he walks over to me. He sits down beside me, his hands resting on his knees as he looks up at the canopies of the trees. Thank you for today, Princess, for coming after me and trying to make things right. I am not in the mood to talk about this right now. My thoughts are too scrambled. Sometimes, truths are hard. How do you know it was the truth? A feeling. Trusting people is hard sometimes, I understand. He looks at me, and his eyes seem to glimmer softly in the moonlight. Would you like someone to listen to your problems, Princess? Talk to him remains silent. Should I talk to him? Let's talk to him. Yes, please. Talk to me. I rub at my eyes as Rumpel looks at me with a quiet smile. He could be talking about his own problems, but instead he is trying to comfort me. Parfait and Delora told me about something they were keeping hidden from me. They told me something about Mother. And it does not make any sense to me because everything that they are saying makes her a villain. Even villains are often misunderstood or have trying circumstances. Rumpel slowly reaches out to rest his hand on top of mine. I sit up straight and stare at him, my eyes wide. Rumpel smiles at me, a slow, soft smile that crinkles the edges of his eyes. Seeing such a beautiful lady close to tears makes my heart break, you know? But if you ever need to cry, you should. Tears aren't weakness, they're just a form of expression, and even the strongest of us cry. I'm not going to cry. I'm not crying, you are. My mind reels and then starts to feel fuzzy. Definitely the Ice Princess. The title startles me out of my thoughts. I stare at him pointedly, beginning to grimace, but Rumpel just smiles. I always thought it was a delicate name, suitable for a strong and beautiful woman. Seeing you like this, it makes me realize that the name suits you. Thank you. Perhaps if everyone else meant it that way, it would not be so terrible. It would not be so terrible a title. Did I do good? No, I guess not. Rumpel slowly takes his hand away and smiles. Though he insists on hearing me out, I insist on opposing it. I insist on the opposite. For now, I want to keep what I discussed with Parfait and Delora to myself. I still need time to process it. For tonight, I just want to forget that the conversation ever happened. For some time, the two of us are silent. There are no words exchanged between the two of us, but the silence is comfortable. Then, eventually, Rumpel puts a hand on my shoulder. Things will work out, Princess. I hope so. I stand and excuse myself. Good night, Rumpel. I turn and walk away. Man, maybe I should have remained silent. God, good night, my sweet princess. Good night, my sweet prince. Man, I'm back to the drawing board. Chapter 7, Muddled Truths. Wow, okay. Anyways, god damn it. I'm still seesawing back and forth between making good choices and making the wrong choices. Damn it, I think I'm still gonna get the bad ending. I feel like I know one of you told me that we could still make wrong choices but still get the good ending, but I feel like it's like a certain number of wrong choices in the limit for us to still get the good ending. But for me, I feel like I went over that limit and I'm gonna get my bad ending anyways, but whatever, I've accepted it at this point. Anyways, there you go, you guys. I'm gonna leave this episode here. We did our 2 chapters and we found a crap ton of more things about Rumpel and of course ourselves. Well, not really ourselves, because we already know about the whole Tenebrarium Crystal Barrel shit. We just found out more interesting facts about Rumpel's past and his memories. Oh my god, so much tea to be had. Like, oh man. Anyways, guys, I feel like we're uncovering more of Rumpel's characters and is able to like really fully flesh him out. He's becoming someone who's who's more endearing, I would say. Yes, more endearing, and I appreciate that. And I'm looking forward to actually seeing how his curse actually works, because I was kind of onto something for a bit with this whole like how his curse works and what it may have entailed and what may have got him cursed amnesia, got him the full amnesia effect on him. So yeah. That's my theory to stand at this point, but we'll just have to figure more of it out in the next 2 chapters in the next episode. So yeah, I can't wait for that. So stay tuned on that. Look forward to it. But for now, bye!